Welcome to this Miro-based lecture on mastering collaboration. Looking at the Miro board here, zoomed out view. Zooming in and out is one of the key things with Miro, so you need to be able to zoom in, move around the boards. You can zoom in quite a long way to see the detail that's on here. If you're using an iPad or a phone for this, then it's a pinch and squeeze to zoom in and out. If you're using a computer, then on Windows, Control plus, Control minus, zooming in and out, and on Apple, it's Command, CMD, plus Command minus for zooming in and out. You'll also find a zoom control in the bottom right-hand side of the Miro interface. Okay, so let's get on with a brief introduction to describe what we've got here, what it's all about. Okay, so the way this Miro board has been laid out, you can see we've got, there's a title at the top there, but below that there's 4 rows of frames. The frame, as you'll find out when you get to the section about Miro, is a way of organising the content nicely on the Miro board. You can also pop out this frame navigation interface on the left-hand side to jump to different frames if you need to. Okay, so the 4 rows of frames here. We have, first of all, an introduction. We'll look at that in a second. The second row, forms of collaboration. So the whole bit about the kind of theory of collaboration, different kinds of collaboration for different purposes. And then finally, different platforms for collaboration. You'll see that the last row there, that's currently hidden. So those frames haven't been completed yet. They may be completed over the next week and more opened up for viewing, but not at the moment, unfortunately. But there is quite a lot of detail already on this board, so you're probably going to find there's more than enough for you here. Okay, so zooming in to the top, first row, there's a brief introduction here about the importance of managing your collaborations carefully, not leaving them to chance. Okay, and thinking carefully about what you want to achieve from different collaborations and the methods to use to achieve that with your collaborators. Okay, so that's really key. We then have a row here of different forms of collaboration. Now, the way in which you read this, so obviously read the introduction, first of all. This is really key to that kind of getting the most out of collaboration, so helping you to think about and frame the purpose of the collaborations that you're working in, the types of collaboration. So we've got the types here, project-based, which is a very kind of type of collaboration that's focused on working together very closely with people who've got a shared goal to achieve that goal, the project. And there's some, we've got an example, which is actually running all the way through here, which is an amazing company that I've worked with for 15 years there called Limina Immersive. They do a lot of projects, very focused way, and they're really good at managing those projects and the collaborations in them. So there's a bit about project-based collaboration and the 4 challenges of project-based collaboration, and then how digital platforms help. Each of these follows the same pattern. We've then got community-based collaboration, which is about being in a kind of broader community of people who are doing their own projects and how you can work with each other and support each other in that kind of community. And finally, and probably this should actually, you might want to read this one first, about professional friendships, which is very kind of continuous, close collaborations with individuals who you're reflecting with, you're thinking new ideas with, you're testing things out on them over a long period of time. That's really key. So if you are really interested in using collaboration to change the world, what we call innovation by design, there's a frame here about a kind of systematic way of doing that based on how Limina have worked and the research that I've done into how this works. So Might be worth you reading that one first and then going backwards through professional friendships, which are kind of like the foundation for successful collaboration, for successful long-term projects, building a career, building a business, and then community-based collaboration and project-based. So, how do we use digital platforms for each of those to address those challenges? And what are the digital platforms we're interested in? What I've done here is gone. There's an introduction with some kind of key points there about ethics, GDPR, choosing different types of collaboration for the public or for small teams, etc. And then I've gone deep into 4 platforms that I personally use a lot in my work. People I work with use extensively, and they've proved to be very, very successful. So we've got Padlet, which is kind of more of a public-facing tool for collaboration. So it's very inclusive, it's very easy to use. We've then got Miro. You can see Miro in action here, which is an amazingly sophisticated, but again, very easy to use platform for this kind of online collaborative whiteboard kind of collaboration. It's becoming very quickly the default platform for a lot of creative and designerly industries. Then there's Mindomo, which is a mind mapping tool. There are other mind mapping tools available. Mindomo, like another tool called Mind Manager, which the university currently has a license for Mind Manager, but it's going to run out soon and it's too expensive for us to renew. So Mindomo is the one that I'm trying. It's mind mapping, but with lots of sophisticated collaboration tools built in as well, like being able to turn those nodes, those topics in the map, into tasks and to use it for task management. And finally, we've got the Swiss Army knife, the monster platform called Microsoft Teams, which, and this is all about how Teams isn't really about video conferencing. So you may have used it for video conferencing. It's a lot more than that. Actually, video conferencing was a feature added to Teams later on as a bit of an afterthought. It's more about structuring your files that you're working on collaboratively and making that easy for people to work on files collaboratively. Text-based discussions, task lists, project management, all of those kinds of things that are key to effective project-based collaboration. Okay, so please enjoy that. If you have any questions, do ask me. My details are in the board. I'll make sure, in fact, it says there to contact me through Teams chat. That's the best way. So Dr. Robert O'Toole there. Contact me via Teams chat anytime for a discussion about this. And you may well see that those further frames, podcast, video, social media and blogs open up once I've managed to do some more work on them. Thanks. Okay, bye.